A different kind of state of the state address for New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, pre-recorded in a nearly empty venue, addressing the pandemic head on.
We have lived this truth together, that New Jersey was one of the first and hardest hit states, that our communities of color have been disproportionately impacted, and that we are currently battling a second wave which is just as brutal as the first. Every single day, as we have for nearly a year, we face the challenge head on.
So the big question, what is next for the Garden State as COVID continues to spread and vaccination distribution ramps up? Governor Phil Murphy joining us live here on the Pig 7 Morning News this morning. Good morning to you, sir. Thanks for joining us once again.
Good to be with you, Dan and Betty.
So, Governor, let's begin with this. During the State of the State address, you spoke about bringing New Jersey out of the darkness of the pandemic. Boy, does everybody want to see that, right? The light at the end of the tunnel. But a big part of that is getting the vaccine distributed. And so do you plan on following the new guidelines, the CDC guidelines that came out yesterday that say everyone over the age of 65 should be eligible and open now to get the vaccine?
Yeah, we were already headed in that direction, Dan, and we'll have news on that in midday today, but you should assume that we're going to be all over that, and we will open this up. And again, we were going to do that in any event, but I'm happy and gratified to hear the CDC has come to the same conclusion. So we've got 250 to 300 locations right now in the state for the vaccine. We need more supply out of the feds. We don't have enough, but our sense is that that's going to change meaningfully for the positive, and we're going to open this up further.
Governor, let's talk about these 6 vaccine mega sites, and you're talking about opening it up to people 65 and older. How soon will that happen? I know you have an announcement coming up, but how soon can that happen? Because we're being told to register online. Is that only for New Jersey residents? I mean, what are the qualifications here?
Yeah, good questions, Betty. First of all, it'll be very soon, in the next day or two, number one. Number two, we need folks to pre-register. We can't see what's happened in Florida happening in New Jersey, where you've got seniors staying up all night and camping out in lines. That's not going to happen. This is going to continue to be an appointment-based system. And the qualifications are simple. If you live, work, or study in New Jersey, you're eligible. Live, work, or study. And again, we're going to open this up pretty quickly. COVID-19.nj.gov/vaccine is the place to go to pre-register.
Governor, I heard you say that you need more of a supply, right? But some people are saying, well, the supply that they have isn't being used. There are these concerns that doses of vaccines are sitting in storage, not getting to the public. So in New Jersey, are all of the doses getting used, and how many have been distributed versus actually put into people's arms?
Put into people's arms today is probably, Dan, over 250,000. I don't have the morning number yet, but it's in that range. And the distribution versus shot in the arms, we're probably punching as good as any American state. Remember that CVS and Walgreens are handling all of the or most of the long-term care facilities, so nursing homes, assisted living. So they've got batches and they've got appointments made with these centers. So they're dedicated to those residents and staff. So the numbers sometimes look a little skewed. But part of the reason we're opening this up, frankly, and we were going to do this even before the CDC had made their move, is because we had hospitals, for instance, saying, listen, we don't want to let anything at the end of the day go to waste. So we're going to open up our pods to not just our healthcare workers, but to the broader community, which we endorse. And we said, you know what, if we're going to do that, let's codify that, make it official, and open this thing up, which is what we're going to do.
So no doses were wasted or thrown out or anything like that in New Jersey?
I mean, I can't guarantee you that there isn't a dose here or there, but the spirit of this has been get every dose we've got into somebody's arms, and that will continue to be the case.
Governor, you said that you want to get more from the federal government. How are you pushing for that, and how soon can we get more?
I think soon, Betty. We were on with the White House yesterday, and I will give the Trump administration folks credit in the health arena, at least, that they're running through the tapes. So Vice President Pence and Secretary Azar and others, they've come to the same conclusion that the incoming Biden team has come to, which is let's not worry about holding back. Let's get first doses on the street with a high degree of conviction from Pfizer and Moderna that they can manufacture in short order enough to get the second doses in the backlog. I also think others are going to have a vaccine approved, I believe, sooner than later. You get the likes of Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca. I'm not a medical expert, but it feels the vibrations are that they're getting closer to getting approval.
So on the vaccine front, in terms of 65 and older, for somebody like my parents who may be watching and saying, okay, I'm actually of 65, how long do they have to wait, right? If they sign up today, what's the wait time before they can actually get the vaccine?
I can't guarantee your folks, but Dan, I'm happy to talk to them offline. But
well, I'm just saying them, but I'm saying anybody over the age of 65, not just my parents.
No, understood. Understood. I can't tell you an exact date, but if they go on to covid19.nj.gov/vaccine, they could pre-register, and God willing, it's sooner than later.
Governor, it would be accurate to say that keeping schools going during the pandemic has been a real challenge, right? Not only for parents, but for officials as well. You have signed an executive order to implement changes to the school year. Tell us about those changes.
Yeah, I mean, we have a certain number of assessments, Betty, that any state has, and we have the #1 public education system in America. So I'm sure every state takes this seriously. I will guarantee you no state takes it as seriously as we do in terms of the assessments. But some of these assessments are just impossible to put in place when you're all remote or even in a hybrid learning reality. And if you combine hybrid with remote, that's probably 90% of our districts right now. And so we've done what we did in the spring. We've adapted to the reality before us. We still need every high school senior to complete their curriculum and other in-class requirements. But we've also got to bow to the fact that this is a time that is the most unique in our state's history.
And also looking ahead, a huge part is economic recovery, right? And so that was part of looking ahead in your State of the State to 2021. How do you plan on really helping the mom and pop shop, the struggling business in 2021, who is now seeing a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel with the vaccine, saying, I can hold on a little longer, I just need help?
Yep. So Dan, real quick, our Economic Development Authority has already helped 55,000 small businesses. Secondly, we need more help from the feds. The stimulus bill that was recently signed is a good step, but it's a fraction of what we need. Thirdly, if the public health officials are right about this, we'll have broad access to the general public to this vaccine within the next 2 or 3 months.
Right.
If that's true, we're going to have an economic snapback in the second and third quarter. And no part of our economy will benefit more than our small businesses. The key is, how do we bridge between now and then? And again, more help from the feds is essential in that respect.
I think people are happy to hear that. Governor Phil Murphy, thank you for your time. And let me tell you, I would never subject you to a phone call with my parents. They keep you on way too long. Thank you, Governor.
Yes, thanks,
Thanks,
Governor
guys.
Murphy.
Good to see you.